Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes, and I'm finally back with a really cool build from the folks from Bandai, and that's none other than the RX78-2 Gundam, celebrating the 30th anniversary for the franchise. And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so in this video we are going to be targeting the 5 key things to make this kit, dare I say it, perfect, to complete it to make it look right. And that's none other than assembling, panel lining, weathering, adding chipping effects, and, the most important, decals. So after literally working on this kit for close to 2 weeks, I came to realize that sticker decals were not going to cut it. I had to go literally on eBay to look to see if someone actually made customized perfect grade decals for the RX78 Gundam, and surprisingly enough, someone actually did. And they work really well. So to make this magic work, you're going to need a pair of snippers, Mr. Softener to apply the solution on top of the decals. You can either do it 2 ways. You can apply the solution first onto the surface, or you can apply it afterwards. You get the decals applied onto the surface, as well as a handful of Q-tips so that you can clear up all the excess water and residue. So once you've successfully managed to get as many decals as you want onto the perfect grade, now comes the fun part, chipping effects. Now I preferably like to use titanium silver on the blue, yellow pieces, and red is optional. Sky blue if you want to add a little bit of depth of texture to the blue pieces. Char's pink for the red, that's going to create a nice little texture to it, and rubber black, and that's primarily going to be used for the white pieces. A fine tip brush so that we can use it for chipping effects on all the remaining pieces, as well as a sponge, which we're going to cut in like a pizza-like shape so that we can preserve for another time. And last but not least, Mr. Weathering Color Sandy Wash and Stain Brown. Sandy Wash is going to be used for the base coat to create like a nice sandy dirty look onto the art pieces, while the brown was a nice follow up to a nice dirt texture. So that way the two can coincide with one another. Well, dudes and dudettes, this has been a fantastic journey, and there is a lot of positives and there's a lot of negatives on this kit, so let's break down the negatives right off the bat. So my biggest gripe with the kit is you can't do a lot of crazy action poses. It's very static and it's very stiff on certain angles, so it literally took me like an hour to 2 to find something that would justify my personal preference. Sure, I could have slapped on the shield and slapped on the beam rifle and make it look, static as possible, but I wanted something that creates something of a sense of emotion, a way of showing an expressive side of the mecha. Another downside is there are times where the inner arm pieces will fall out, so you have to be very delicate in how you shift things around. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Now let's talk about the good. So the biggest gimmick on this kit back in the day was the shifting armor pieces where you can expose the inner frame, which looks absolutely phenomenal when you put the actual time and energy into it to make it look really, really nice. And surprisingly enough, the LED lights in the head looks really, really good. Green or yellow, it doesn't really matter. So 2 key points: articulation, lacking; amount of detail, phenomenal; posability, kind of limited, but you can improve upon it over time. Now the big question I always get asked on Instagram when I finish these builds, is this worth it? Now the price tag for it is roughly like $150, which is absolutely affordable compared to how all the other perfect grades are at. For someone that is building Gundam model kits but wants to build their very first perfect grade, I would say this is an excellent build to start off on. It's absolutely phenomenal. You have a deeper appreciation towards what went into making the inner frame, and then once you get the LED set up in the head, it just brings everything to life. And if you really truly invest the time in doing your own unique style, how you want to paint it or weather it, it's an absolute must-have in your kit. And like that, dudes, we are done. Huge shout out to Bandai for making this kit available, and a huge shout out to the new subscribers to the channel. I really do, guys. I really do appreciate that. If anything, it keeps me motivated to come back and make even more content for you. And as always, if you guys want to still stay up to date on when my next videos are going to come out, please hit that bell, as well as stay informed on when my next builds are. I do have an Instagram account, so you can look for me at Otaku Builder. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.